Welcome back to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. This program has been taped in the studios of Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Yogaxpress airs Monday through Friday at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's Eastern Time, 1:30 in the afternoon Eastern Time, on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and FiOS 35. My name is Banu Suresh, and I'm your host for this program. And the two wonderful participants you see on either side of me, you're going to know a lot more about them in just a few moments. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we go ahead with our introductions. Yogaxpress has a lot of help for you. Besides this daily yoga fitness program, we also have a postcard that depicts a very simple ailment-specific stretch sequence. I'm going to hold that up for our camera folks. It has 48 simple stretches. They're common denominator stretches that all of us have practiced in various schools that target 8 common ailments by addressing 32 major muscle groups, glands, and organs in the body in under 20 minutes a day. If you think you can spare 20 minutes for your good health, you're in the right place. So keep stretching with us. We're going to show you how to get in and out of these postures in just a few moments. We also have, besides a postcard, we also have a little fridge magnet for you with the same sequence. So stick this on your fridge, put the postcard in your handbag or your briefcase. Don't give yourself or us any excuses not to stretch. You have a lot of reminders. We also have a website, Yogaxpress.com, and a blog, yogaxpress.blogspot.com. That's YOGAXPRESS. This concept has been derived from a book called Yoga Secrets, my third title. And you can go to the website and you have all the techniques right there. Now for the big moment that all of you have been waiting for, our wonderful guests right here. To my left, Kiwan Cato. Kiwan has been on our program at least 3 to 4 episodes before, right, Kiwan? Kiwan is fairly new, but I think he's very hard to forget. So if you watched him before, I'm sure you will remember that he's been on our program, especially your tattoo, Kiwan. Cato, right? Yeah. Okay. Cato's got this wonderful tattoo, and if we're able to, if our camera people can pick it up at some point, we're going to show you his tattoo as well. Oh, there you go. We just saw that. What does that tattoo stand for?
It is Kappa Alpha Psi, my fraternity from university days.
Okay. And we have a little bit of an interview coming up with Cato in just a moment. Before we go ahead with that mini interview, I want to introduce you to our other beautiful participant, Talisa Michela.
Yes.
I finally got it right.
Yes, you have.
Talisa, tell our viewers one more time. Talisa has been with us in at least 3 to 4 episodes before as well, right?
Absolutely.
Another unforgettable face and a beautiful name to go with it. It just rolls off the tongue, so I did get it right this time.
You did?
I did. Good. Tell us a little more. Are there any, I know you act. You also practice.
Actually, I practice yoga, and I'm an up-and-coming actress, and my favorite is improvisation.
What is improv? I've heard that term.
It's mostly forgetting about everything that you ever thought about script.
Right.
Throw it in the trash, and basically you have to come up with ways to think on cue. Well, not on cue, but it has to be spontaneous.
Right.
It has to look natural. It has to be coinciding with your partner. So if your partner's doing one crazy routine, you have to come up with some other crazy routine to go along with it, so you both look like this is scripted when it's not.
Oh, that's amazing. So basically you're thinking off the cuff. You're thinking on your feet right there and
Yes,
you're
right
making
there.
changes. So you have to emote with whatever's happening. You just go with the flow.
You go with it. You
Wonderful.
pull things out of the sky. You make pots and pans out of air.
Oh, that's improv. Oh,
Yes.
you must be a treat to watch. I have to watch you. Let me know when you have a few episodes, a few
Any videos
snippets.
coming up? Yes, coming up.
And
I
we'd love
do.
to put it on when we have enough
awesome.
crew. We'll just show people a few of the snippets.
I definitely will.
And we're in good company again with Cato. Cato right here is an up-and-coming writer as well. He has a special hidden talent he hasn't told us about before today. We had a little bit of a chat. Cato and I had a chat, and Cato, tell us about your novel, about your upcoming book.
Yes, it's titled Valued Family. It basically follows the typical American dysfunction of a family, which we all can, I'm sure, relate to. The main character is a mom who, at the age of 40 and after having 3 kids, has a major career change.
Right.
And that change shifts the family dynamics.
And your mother was your inspiration?
My mother was my inspiration. She had a major career change that actually went well.
Right.
But it triggered a thought of what if it didn't go well?
Right.
And so that's where the inspiration came from to write the story.
So the story actually focuses on things not going well or things going well?
It kind of focuses on the same. There's the change that she's made,
Right.
it has gone well for some members of the family, and for others it's affected them differently. And so
Are you
it kinda-
dedicating it to her? Are you dedicating your book to her?
I haven't quite yet, but after she sees this, maybe I will have to.
Uh-oh. I hope I didn't put my foot in my mouth. Maybe you don't want to show her this episode. But tell us, now, you've told us a little bit about the story. Has the story been picked up by a publisher? Have you already
It
got
has been
one?
picked up, so we're in final edits
wonderful.
now, and we are
Wonderful.
hoping for
Nice.
April release.
When can we expect to see it in the stores?
Hopefully sometime after April.
So that's like a perfect Mother's Day present for your mom.
Right,
is.
that's right. Beautiful
There
thought.
goes that.
Uh-oh. Now, both of us have endorsed that. Oh, my God. Okay, now we've started something. But that's wonderful. So, if people want to read about your book, did you give us the name of the title of the book again?
Yes, it's called A Valued Family.
The Valued Family. Look out for that book around May,
Around
maybe? April, May?
April, May.
And written by, are you using your own name?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah.
Kiwan Cato, that's C-A-T-O. So Google him after April, after the end of April, and you should be able to get that book up. Do you have your own distributors? Do you have someone to distribute it, or
We do have a distributor.
you
so,
do? Your publishers take care of
Correct.
that. Isn't that nice?
It is.
Nice. Oh, I hope you make a lot of money on that book. And more than that, your message is getting out there, and that's what you want to do,
Yes.
right? You want to get the message out there.
Exactly.
It's wonderful, wonderful to have two such talented people with us, stretching with us. Our common denominator is yoga. So we're all going to get into some of these postures, in and out of these postures, and show you how the human body has muscle groups that sometimes we forget to retrain. So it's all about retraining your muscle groups. In this program anyway, it's about the physical aspect, about feeling good. And yoga in general is basically about spinal health. It's spinal health, correct breathing. When we say correct, it's not that yogic breathing is the only way to breathe and that is the correct way. It's just much more comfortable when you breathe right. So you need to exhale a lot more. We talk about in yoga, in fact, Cato, you may have heard of this. Talise, you probably have heard of this too. In yoga, we believe that every human, every living being, but we're talking about humans at the moment, we're entitled to a certain number of breaths. So when we start slowing down, so let's say we have, each breath has got to inhale and exhale. Let's say the inhale is to 5 counts, and you've been through a lot of yoga schools where they teach you to inhale and then they start counting, and exhale, let's say, should always be longer, so 10 counts, so it's 15 seconds. Let's say a count is 1 second. 15 seconds, so we take 4 full breaths in 1 minute. If we only think about that a little deeper and we take 1 breath per minute. So let's say take a deep inhale for about 15 seconds and exhale for 45 seconds. We live 4 times as long because you're not using up your entitlements. Hypothetically speaking, let's say we are entitled to 500 million breaths. So every time you slow down, you are not using up your quota. You're actually extending your lifespan. So people who breathe, and especially when we exhale, we also detox. When we breathe nice and slow, you tend to live longer. Having said that, sometimes it's a little bit of a contradiction because I told my son, the sages, thousands of years ago, the sages used to live for 400 years. That's because they knew how to breathe. He said, Mom, I have a lot to do these days. All they did was breathe. I've got other things to do today. So it's a bit of a paradox, but just know, viewers at home, just know that when you learn to breathe, when you learn to extend your breathing times, we do tend to live longer, healthier, happier lives. So with that said, and Annie is going to take me to task, so we're going to start stretching. We're going to start with the sun salutation. And as we go in and out of these postures, I will try my best to point out on Cato and also call out the muscle groups that we are working at any given time. So here's what we're going to stagger ourselves. I'm going to have Cato and Talise may want to come forward since you're going to be the focus of attention here. Both cameras will pick you up. Heels are together, toes are slightly apart. This sun salutation is a slight variation to it than the normal one. We've added an extra posture here. Hands by your side. Now make sure that your legs are nice and straight. Knees are straight but not stiff. Keep yourself nice and compact. Tilt your pelvis just a little bit. Open up your chest. Take your shoulders back. Inhale. Bring the hands in front of your chest in a namaste. Inhale. Bring your arms overhead. Keep inhaling. So the first posture is called Namaskarasana. Exhale. I'm going to do a simple round, but every time we hold, actually I'm going to have you guys hold up so I can point out the muscle groups. Every time we get into one of these postures, especially in the first sequence, we're going to do it very slowly and workshop it. When you have your arms up the way Cato and Talise have it, you are definitely stretching your triceps. Can you feel that, Cato? Mm-hmm. You're stretching your triceps. You're opening up your pectorals, your intercostal muscles, the muscles in your between your rib cage. Those are stretching up as well. And when you take your hands back behind your ears, you actually are also, even though you are stretching your triceps, you also can feel the stretch of the biceps, and that doesn't happen very often. But you're also working your deltoids, so you've got a lot of muscle groups being worked right here. We're going to exhale and fold from the hip. Exhale with a nice straight back. Let's fold. Hold it right there. Now, when we exhale and fold over, and I'm going to have, actually this camera we should be able to pick up Talise. Talise, you want to turn a little to your left so this camera will pick you up?
This way?
Now, yes, beautiful. Now, notice how Talise has arched right over. You have her spinal extensors in the back of her body. You can actually, I'm sure, Talise, you feel that, right?
Yes.
You can feel the whole spine stretches right here. And she would also definitely feel a beautiful stretch in the back of her legs. So the hamstrings are stretching in the back of her thighs. And she also would feel a wonderful, wonderful release of the sciatic nerves behind both the legs. Notice how Cato, I keep calling you Kiwan. I know that's your first name, but you've allowed me to call you Cato. Cato has, and you want to take your hands to your ankle. Cato has his hands at his ankles. You want to make the connection. Try not to leave your hands suspended in midair. And he also feels this wonderful stretch with his legs are nice and straight in the back. If your hands do not touch, if they don't go down all the way to the floor, the way Talise has them, mine, I just have fingertips. Cato has got his fingers at his ankles. You will feel that beautiful stretch, and it doesn't matter if your hands don't go down all the way to the floor. Now, we're going to inhale, tighten our lower abdominal muscles, bring your palms together, inhale, let's come up. Inhale, come up. Keep your back nice and straight. And keep your hands where they are, exhale, and, we're not going into the third posture, are we? Okay. I apologize, we haven't got fully into the sun salutation, but let's exhale and come back down. Exhale, bring your arms all the way down. I got a little carried away with the demo. We're going to start that. Let's treat that as a warm-up. We are going to restart the sun salutation, and this time we will not point out the muscle groups because you know which ones we're working. We're going to go straight into the third posture. After the first and second, we'll do the demo in the third posture. So let's try that one more time. Actually, some schools do have a very basic sun salutation, right? With 2 postures and then down. All right, we made our own little creation right here. Palms in front of your chest. Inhale, take your arms over. This is Namaskar. Inhale, Hasta Uttana. Exhale, fold over. Now, place your palms. And this time, Kato, you want to place your 4 palms. So that if that means bending your knees, that's fine. And this time, take your left leg back. And then the right leg back. We're going to come into a posture called Parvat Asana. Parvat is mountain. And I'm going to come out of it. Please hold. Now, notice what Kato is doing. He's got his heels maybe off the ground just a little bit, but he's using a foam block. And because you're very tall, and so is Talise, but because Kato is tall, his heels may not necessarily touch the ground today, but he's still feeling that stretch in his hamstrings. Do you feel it, Kato?
I do.
You do. And if, folks at home, if you're stretching with us, in case it's a bit of a problem for you getting your heels down, it's okay. Just place something under your heels. Just make that connection. And also notice, now this time he's getting, again, another wonderful stretch of the spinal extensors. So the back of his spine is getting a beautiful stretch. Plus you can see how his deltoids are bulging out right there. So they're getting strengthened as well. So, and you want to dip your head just a little bit. That's it. Bring it between the hands. Very nice. Hold it. Very nice. Beautiful, beautiful posture. And Talisa has got her heels right down to the floor. So what's happening is under our heels, we have what's called the plantar fascias. The plantar fascias, especially when you wear heels, they tend to shorten. So when you bring your legs all the way down, since all muscles are connected anyway, that part of the heel, that part of the sole will stretch out nice and deep. And Talise, tell us, do you feel any other stretches? Have I missed anything?
No, I feel everything.
You feel the whole body, right? Because it's a wonderful whole body stretch. Okay, let's not, I don't want to get lost in this. So, okay, Parvatasana. Now, we're going to inhale, bring our left foot forward. Inhale. Bring your left foot forward between the hands. Place your knees on the floor. We're going to do a slight variation to the traditional sun salutation. We're going to come out of that posture for just a moment. Now, once you have released and your body comes back just a little bit, you may want to wiggle your left foot forward just a little bit so you can dip your hip a little more. Now hold that posture right there. I'm going to point out on Talise. Talise would feel a beautiful, beautiful stretch in her quadriceps on the right leg. Do you feel that?
I do.
I'm not making it up, right? You do
It's
feel
very
that.
true.
Yeah. And when you stretch, the way you've got your feet flat, the top of her feet, her right foot is flat on the ground, she's actually helping strengthen the calves. But we're talking about stretching in this particular episode. So we're talking about stretching the quadriceps. She's also stretching her hamstrings under the left leg. So I'm sorry, Rich, we're moving around too much. She's also stretching her hamstrings under the left leg, and she's getting a beautiful sciatic nerve stretch under her left leg as well, under her left thigh. Now, Kato, when you have, very nice, you want to keep your hands on your knee and dip your hip a little more. That's it, keep going. Now, do you feel it?
Yes.
You feel the stretch? Okay, good. Now, Kato has his left knee bent, just like Talise has it as well. When you bend your left knee, the bending and unbending of the knee also helps create a synovial fluid. So it helps increase the flow of synovial fluid. So as we age, I know you guys are not in that category yet, but I need to remind myself as we age, that fluid does tend to dry up. So when you keep forming that fluid, especially when you're going up in the escalator, up and down the stairs, you want to keep moving your knee. You want to climb the stairs. Go up in the escalator, but climb the stairs as well. So that's good for hopefully for preventing arthritis as well. And how does the sole of your left foot feel? Are you fully flat on the ground? Do you feel it? And you've got your socks on. I didn't notice that.
I do.
Ah, okay. Kato knows, and viewers at home, please be mindful. If you have to wear socks, maybe you're cold, and you must be very cold. You have a cap on too. If you're feeling cold, wear socks with rubber dots under them, so you're safe. And I'm going to not share it with them. I don't know if you have rubber dots. I think you do. Let me see. Okay, we're not going to show it to them. But he knows. He's been practicing, so he knows to be safe. When you have your foot nice and flat on the ground, you also feel the extension of the plantar fascia. So you want to make sure, whenever possible, try to walk bare feet if you can. I know you can't do it on the streets of New York, but just be mindful that you need to stretch every part of your body. Okay, we're going to keep dipping. Now let's inhale, come out of that, bend a little bit. Left knee is bent, right arm goes up. Inhale, the right arm up. Exhale, dip the right elbow over the left. The posture that we just came out of is Ashwasanchala, equestrian. This one is Parsvakona Namaskara. Place the left palm over the right palm. Look up at your raised elbow. Now, here, I'm going to come out of this. Please hold it. I'm not torturing these guys. They've just been so sporting. Now, you want to bring your elbow right up. Place your palms flat over each other. That's it. Very nice. And yes, beautiful. Now, you notice how when Cato gets his elbow right up, he gets a beautiful twist of the middle part of the body. So that means he's getting a stretch on the obliques on the right side and a twist on the left side. Now hold it right there for a few seconds. Very nice. I told you were good in twists. You didn't believe me. See, you need others to observe you. Now you should feel, actually, you're in a very deep twist, Talisa, so you should feel a wonderful stretch on the whole of the right side of your body. Do you feel that?
Oh, yes.
You do, right? And I'm torturing you by making you hold on a little longer, but you guys are tough. Let's inhale. Come out of that posture. Now, we're going to keep the toe. Now, we're going to curl the toes on the right foot. Very gently, place your hands on the floor. Take your left foot back. Keep your toes curled in. We are in Danda Asana. Danda is plank. And hold it. And this one especially, I'm going to get out of this because I hate this posture, but we have to still do it. It's part of the sun salutation. This one is especially good for developing arm strength. And I notice that traditionally guys seem to be better at this, but in this case, I can say that both of you are doing equally well. That's beautiful. Now, if you want to really test your arm strength, you want to bend your elbows just a little bit. Bend your elbows, but keep your body nice and straight. Very nice. It's like doing a push-up, right? So this one. Okay, inhale. Now, very gently, exhale. Place your knees on the floor. When you bend, actually, I need some feedback. Let's just stay here before we go. The next two postures are a transition. When you were... I think I know what Kata's going to say, but I still need you to tell us. When you bent your elbow, when you had your elbow straight and when you bent it, did you feel a difference? Because I noticed a slight bit of a body movement in that.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Which one feels more comfortable for you?
It feels comfortable without
bending.
Without it bending.
Okay, yoga's going to challenge you. So when you bent your elbows, how did it feel?
It definitely was much more of an arm work. I could feel it.
Yes.
Bit of a challenge.
And I also noticed something else that was wonderful about what Talise did. When you bent it, you kept your elbows closer to the body.
Yes.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
I noticed you brought it.
I actually enjoy more with the bent arms because it's less stress on my joints because I'm very flexible.
Right.
So it's easier for me to keep things engaged if I am bent.
Right.
So for me to stay straight is impossible. It's not impossible, but it's challenging.
It's very challenging. It does need a lot of arm strength. At the same time, when you bend your elbows, I notice when I try to bend, when I get into Danda, which I hate the plank posture, but because I don't have arm strength. But when I bend my elbows, I find I have to actually tighten my lower abdominal muscles for some reason and my low back muscles. I don't know if you guys had to do that. And especially as girls, I think we need to do that more. You guys probably have a lot of arm strength, so you're fine.
Yeah.
But, it's good to know the difference. Okay, now we're on hands and knees. We're going to exhale and come down into Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale and come up into Bhujanga. Let's do that first, and we won't actually do the... when we are in Ashtanga Namaskara, I'm not going to stop it. It's going to be a flowing transition. Exhale and dip. As you come out into Bhujanga, glide your knees back and keep your feet flat on the ground. Right now, let your palms stay on the floor, and I'm going to come and just demonstrate and show you. This is the cobra position. Now, I know Cato is especially loves back bends because he can use his low back muscles. So, Cato, what I want you to show them is First, let's go with Talisa. Talisa, you're going to press. Why don't you press with your palms? Notice how Talisa's elbows are way back, very close to the body. Press with your elbows and try to move your body up a little more. Very nice, very graceful motion. Now, see if you can hold it there. And Kata, I want you to try and use your low back muscles. Take your hands off of the floor. I know you have strong low back, so very nice. And lift up. Beautiful, very nice. Exhale, come back, place your palms on the floor. Very nice. So let's stay in that position for just a moment. When you take your palms off of the floor, what happens is you have to use your low back muscles, because you take your palms off and you're trying to lift your body off of the floor. You're lifting your chest off of the floor. You have to use some muscle that help you get that elevation. So that's what we're doing. So we are trying to work as many muscle groups as we can in the sun salutation, including the obliques. So let me come down in that. Now, in the cobra position is the only one, just so you know. In our sequence anyway, we're in prone position where you'd have your forehead on the floor. So once we're up there, we're going to bring our forehead down very gently, curl your toes in, and let's lift our buttocks back into mountain posture. Inhale, let's come up, back into mountain. And stay. We've already shown you what muscles are worked here, so you should feel a beautiful stretch of your hamstrings. The calf muscles get stretched. Your plantar fascias, the muscle under the soles of your feet, they feel that. You should feel that stretch as well. And of course the whole spine, the spinal extensors get a beautiful, beautiful release. We're going to inhale, bring the right foot forward. Inhale, back into Ashwasanchala. As you may have noticed, viewers at home, let's place the knee on the ground. Left knee is on the floor, uncurl your toes. Let's come back. You may have noticed in sun salutation we have 6 postures plus 6 repeats, or 7 plus 5 repeats, or 8 plus 4 repeats. So we are now in the repeat stage. So now we have a right knee forward. Let's dip forward just a little bit. Keep exhaling. Right knee is up. Left arm goes up. Inhale.
45 seconds, Mano.
Thank you. Exhale. Dip your left elbow over the right. Place your right palm over the left palm. We have about 30 seconds. We should be done. Inhale. Come out of that. Place your palms on the floor. Take your right foot back. Actually, no, that's fine. Okay, very gently. We probably should not have taken, I apologize. Bring the right foot forward. Bring the left foot forward as well. So let's take the right foot back to the front. Left foot comes forward. Palms together. Inhale with a nice straight back. Exhale and release.